Hello, this is TL3144 Coaching Forms and Development, and this is my session on Nathan Yates Price to help develop his passing. The overall aim of this session is to improve Nathan's passing. The facility needed was half a football pitch. The equipment needed was just footballs and cones. The session will start off with a warm-up, which will consist of light jogging, dynamic stretches such as leg swings, hamstring kickouts and walking calf raises. Then we'll go into the main part of the session, which will be a whole part whole method to help improve Nathan's passing, and then it will finally end with a cool down, which will be the same as the warm-up but in reverse order. We'll start off at quite a high intensity and it will finish very low.
Right, we're on. Right, so first of all, we're just going to go on quick warm up before we get into anything. So first, just a nice jog out, twice through. We're going to do everything twice through. Good. And next, do some side steps, swap every two. Side steps on the way back as well. And again, one more. Right, next, heels back side. Do it through twice. On. Then high knees. Twice through again. Right, now we'll just do some dynamic stretches. So we'll go over the gate. Twice through again. And one more time. You don't need to do these on the way back, just jog through on the way back. And then over. Twice through again. Good. Just a nice kick through. Get the hamstrings going. Let the jog on the way back, twice through. And then just kick the door down. Good. And this time, just nice ankle touches. Twice through again. Good. Just to get the calves going, the legs up. Twice through again. And now we'll just open it up a bit, so if it's 50%. Through.
Moving on straight into the session, we are going to be working on the main aim of improving Nathan's passing, in which in the next clip now you will see a full explanation of what will be happening and what we need Nathan to do.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to focus on passing as from all the profiling stuff from your captain, myself and yourself. It looked to see that passing was your weakest area. So what we're going to do is you're going to be stood on the centre spot with the defender behind you, just as a bit of pressure. He's not going to tackle you, but he's just going to add that bit of pressure. It makes it more realistic because you're university level now, you're not grassroots, so we can apply that pressure straight away. So I'm going to be stood at the side, at the corner, and I'm going to fire the balls into you, and I want you to take one touch out of your feet and you choose which gate. So I'm going to give you the option which gate to go to. If you go straight in front of you, that's 1 point. We're going to use a scoring system, so it's 1 point in front of you. If you want to go to the left or to the right, that's going to be 2 points. And as the back gate behind you is the most difficult, that's going to be 3 points. So just a few questions. If as the defender behind you, what do you need to be looking over to see where he is and see where the space is?
Look over the shoulder to see which way he's going to go, and then turn either left or right if I'm going to play it behind me.
Yeah, good. So when the ball's coming into feet, what do we need to make sure is good?
I keep my body open.
Yeah.
Like I say, know where my defender is. Get ready to turn if I'm needed. My body stance.
Yeah, the ball needs to go out in front of you as well, so what needs to be?
So I need a good first touch.
Yeah, that's all I'm looking for. Your first touch needs to be good so that you give yourself enough time to work with to go for a gate. So we'll jump straight into it. Let's go. Try and make the ball a bit close to your feet though, with that first touch. Good lad. Yeah, great touch, well done. Next one. Quick. Good lad, lucky. Next one. Next one. Over, lucky. Right, get balls in. Touch, hold on. Second one, quickly. Let's go. Lucky. That first touch. George, you can nick that if you want, right, yeah. Good touch. Number 3. 4, sorry. Good touch. Lucky. Lucky, next one, go back. Last one. Nice. Do it again. Let's go. Nice. Next. Okay. 3. Good effort. Next one. Okay, next one. Last one. Nice. Right, well done.
After the first hole, Nathan scored a score of 5, in which he wasn't very happy with this, and we talk about the areas in which he can improve in the next clip.
From the first 3 attempts, what do you think went well? So we'll start off. What do you think went well?
I think maybe my passes went quite well.
Yeah.
I do think I could have got more in.
Yeah.
I think my passing was alright, but bad things that I probably said. First touch.
Yeah.
First touch, and like you said before, to look over my shoulder, I wasn't really looking where George was behind me. Like a few times when I went to turn, George nicked it off me. So yeah.
Yeah, good. Right. So what do you think you can improve on in the? I'll talk about what's going to happen first. So we're going to go with the hole method. So that was the first hole. So your first 3 attempts is your first hole. Yeah. And now what we're going to do is we're going to break it down a little more without any pressure.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the part. So this is going to be the middle part of the main drill. So what we're going to do is it's going to be exactly the same but without pressure. But this time there's going to be a coloured cone in between each gate, and as I pass the ball, I'm going to shout the colour, and you've got to pass the ball through that gate, but you can't pass first time. Take a touch. So now that there's colour in between each gate, what have we got to be thinking about? What have we got to be doing a lot more?
Be more aware of, like say if the colour's behind me, be more aware, know where it is instead of passing to a wrong.
So we've got to look over our
shoulder.
Yeah, we've got to look over our shoulder lots and lots, not just a quick look. Just make sure we're always looking over our shoulder, because as you're a defender / defensive midfielder, you've got to be aware of where the attackers are, where the midfielders are. You've got to be aware at all times, because as I say, like good midfielders, they're always looking over the shoulder. So we'll go straight into the part bit of our drill. The colour that I shout, yeah. So go white. Good lad, love that, love it. Blue. Nice. Yellow. Good touch, good finish. Green. Nice. Green. Love it. Blue. Good touch, good finish. Second attempt. White. Make sure we're checking our shoulder before we receive it. Yellow. Green. Yes, nice, love it. Blue. Yes, great, last foot as well. White. Better for touch. Yellow. Nice. So final attempts on the colours. White, get your shoulder, lad. Yellow. First touch. Out your feet, well done. Green. Nice. Blue. First touch, well done. Last two, white. Confidence as well, like it. Last one, yellow. Finished.
The coaching style that has been used throughout is command. However, when looking at feedback with Nathan, it has been question and answers with guided discovery. Now, as we see through the bit of the session, we see that Nathan started to gain a little confidence, and now in the next clip we will see feedback from himself and myself about how it went.
Right, so after bringing the colours into it, did you feel you were checking your shoulder a lot more?
A lot more I was, yeah, because I was more aware of like the blue, green and the white either side of me.
What did you think was better?
My first touch was a lot better, and not having George behind me pressuring me.
Yeah.
So my passing was a lot more accurate. I got a lot more through the gates. So let's see if we can take it into the next one.
Yeah. What did you think you could do better when we go back into the point system?
I know like I was aware over my shoulder then, but be more aware now. So if George comes steps back in behind me, be more aware that he can tackle me this time.
Yeah. But one thing I did find was that you was a lot more confident, like your passes were a lot stronger. But that's obviously because you had no pressure behind you. But what we can take into this is just pretend there's no one there. Just look over your shoulder, pretend there's no one there, and just use that confidence into the system. You scored 5. We didn't say, but you scored 5 in the first drill. So obviously we want to try and beat that if we can. So one for in front of you, 2 for either side, and 3 for behind you. But what we want to try and do is try and push yourself, try and go for that 3 a lot of more often. So we'll go straight into that now then.
So after breaking the session down and doing the bit of the session, it is now time to move on to the second hole attempt, in which we would hope to see improvements.
Am I doing a bit more of a first of all, or just saying? Go. Nice, 2. Look over your shoulder. Yes, love it. 2 more, we're on 4 already. Good turn, good turn. And look it. Next one. Yes, love that, 5. Top time score, can we get it? Can we beat it? Yeah, we'll give you that, we'll give you that. 7, can we get a 3 in? Can we get a 3? Look it. This one, go. Yes, good touch. 2 points. Next one. Yes, 4. Next one. Can we get a 3? Yes, good turn. Can we finish? Lucky, lucky. Back in. Back in. Number 4. Oh, lucky. Take your time. Just take a touch. Next one. Yes. That's 5. We'll beat 7. Lucky. 6. Let's go. Look over your shoulder. Make sure you're looking over our shoulder. Nice, 2. Next one. Yes, love that. Love it. Love that. 5. Yes, 6. 100% so far. Good touch. 8. Nice. Last one. Come in. Number 5. Yeah. Last one. Finish. Oh, yeah. 8.
So after completing the second hole, Nathan scored a score of 8 points, in which it was an improvement by 3 points, but we was both happy with how things changed, in which in the verbal feedback in the next clip we will see that.
That's everything over with. How do you think it went?
I think it went alright, yeah.
Just a quick summary.
Good drill. Good drill, I improved towards them from the start.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So as we spoke about, what is it you need to be doing a lot?
Looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Looking over my shoulder a lot, and I think also, I maybe need to work on passing with my left foot. Was very focused on my right, where passing out with my left, because in a game, if it is on my left foot and I'm not confident on it, then they can go and score.
Yeah, I think as you started off, it was quite slow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was quite slow. Touches were a bit off. A couple of passes weren't going a bit wayward and a bit wide. But as we went through, went through the whole hole, went through the park, broke it down a bit more. You were looking over your shoulder a lot more, and then you took that into the final part, and you scored 8, which is not a massive improvement, but everything was better. The structure was a lot better. You were looking over your shoulder a lot more. Passes were a lot more accurate. So overall, did well. So we'll just go into a cool down now.
Yeah.
So after debriefing the session with Nathan, he was very happy with it, and he was happy with his improvements, and so in which was I. So after all that, it was now time for the cool down, in which it was exactly the same as the warm up, but as we start off with a higher intensity, decreasing it down to a lower intensity.
But in reverse order, we're going to start off quite quick, and then we're going to slow it right down. So we'll start off with just a 75% through. Go twice through. And then just a nice jog through. Then we'll just do some side steps. Go side steps 2, one way to the other. Twice through again. Next we'll just stick them out. Nothing too strenuous, just to loosen the muscles, prevent any injuries. And the closer you get this time, twice through again. Good. Right there, more if we get. And then just to finish off, we'll just go some nice lunges. Nice easy lunges, a couple of steps with your feet. Nice little twist if you want to. Good. And just a nice walk back, keep your out of the walk. Cheers.
So, as we see throughout the session, the whole method was used. I think this was used used effectively, as at the start and the first hole, Nathan didn't really. His touch was off. His passes weren't quite correct, and then after the first hole, we broke it down to the part, and then obviously we seen a vast improvement within the second hole. So this would suggest that the hole par hole method used was quite effective. Throughout the session, command style led approach was used, with question and answering when it came to feedback, with also a little bit of guided discovery. But overall, I think the session went well, and the main thing is we did see improvements from start to finish, and we can look on improving his passing even